Right, so on to question 2 now. And the points 7, 10, 1, 2, and 11, 4 are the vertices of the triangle shown. The point U, 4, 6 is the midpoint of PQ. Find the point V, and the point V is the midpoint of PR. Okay, so when we're reading that information, we're checking that everything is in the diagram, and it's not actually. So maybe we should start putting the information in. Let's call that 7, 10. Let's call Q 1, 2. And let's call OR 11, 4. Are the vertices of the triangle shown. The point U, which is 4, 6, is the midpoint of PQ, so that means that distance is the same as that distance. And the point V is the midpoint of PR, so that distance is the same as that distance. Okay, find the coordinates of V. Right, so whatever we do to get from here to here, can we use that approach? No. Find the coordinates of V. We know that V is the midpoint, so we're going to use that fact. So we're going to use our midpoint formula. So we're going to go x1 plus x2 all over 2, comma y1 plus y2 all over 2. We're going to use that formula there. So I'm going to label up my points next. I'm going to call this guy here x1, y1, x2, y2. And putting them into my formula, I get 7 plus 11 over 2, comma 10 plus 4 over 2, which is equal to 9, comma 7. So the coordinates of V we now know are 9, 7. Show by using slopes that UV is parallel to QR. Okay, I might just make my pen a bit smaller now. Okay, show by using slopes that UV is parallel to QR. So slopes, so that's going to be M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to call this guy here x1, y1, x2, y2, and I'm going to get rid of these guys here. We don't need them anymore, they only confuse us. Right, so we're going to have 7 minus 6 all over 9 minus 4, which is equal to 1 over 5. And I'm going to call this M1 for the first slope. And now we're going to take a look at M2, the second slope, and that's going to be x1, y1, x2, y2. So we have now 11 minus 1 over 4 minus 2, which is equal to, sorry, I've made a terrible mistake there. Sorry about that. So it's 4 minus 2 all over 11 minus 1, which is equal to 2 over 10, which is equal to 1 over 5. And we then spot that this is the same as this, so this implies they're parallel. Find the area of triangle PQR. Okay, so we can only use the formula OPQ, area of OPQ is equal to a half x1 y2 minus x2 y1. We can only use that formula when one of the vertices is on the origin. So unfortunately we don't have a vertex on the origin. We have one at 1, 2. We have another one at 7, 10. And another one happens to be at 11, 4. So I'm going to have to get this guy to become 0, 0, which means this guy here, well, I reduced the x by 1, so that's going to be a 6, and that's going to be a 10. And I reduced the y by 2, so that's going to be an 8, and that's going to be a 2. So I can now use these two guys here in this formula. So we now have a half of 6 times 2 minus 10 times 8. And so we can put that into our calculator. So it's 1 over 2 and then modulus or absolute value symbol. So I'm using a new calculator here, so I don't know where it is. Let's just try and find it. ABS. God, this is embarrassing. ABS, where is ABS? Okay, I just have to do it manually. So it's a half times 12 minus 80. So that's a half times minus 68, which is equal to a half of positive 68, which is equal to 34. So the area of our triangle is 34. The point S is the image of the point Q under the translation UV. Find the coordinates of S. So U to V, so we start at U, which is 4, 6. And we go to V, which is 9, 7. And to do that, well, we increase the X by 5, and we increase the Y by minus 1, or by plus 1. So the X value, that has increased by 5, and the Y value has increased by 1. So if I do that on the point S, where's S? The point Q, sorry. Where's Q? It's 1, 2. So 1, 2 will do the same thing. So let's see where that gets us to. So we increase the X by 5, so that goes to S, and that's going to be 6, and that's going to be 3. So that's question 2 answered. Very, very simple, straightforward question.